So we are live. In today's stream, we are going to scrap job information data from Stack Overflow, right? And we will be using JavaScript for obvious reasons. And I think what I am looking to do is mostly I want to see like what technologies are trending, right? And we will not look into pay and anything like that. We just want I just want to see like what technologies are trending. At some point we may want to extend it, or maybe we can also like have option if that job sport remote opportunity or not, but then again it's kind of like optional. And let's get into it. So I have created this directory, right? And let's call npm init to initialize the package, right? And yes, just press enter. And so to make get HTML or parse HTML, we going to use Node.js query selector, jQuery HTML. So there is better library in Node.js to PM. This library is like super easy to use. It's just like jQuery, right? Now first thing we're gonna do, create a index.js and move index.js, right? Clear this, open the entire directory, node index, right? So as of now things working fine. And let's create a new directory for libs and a new folder for sites, right? In libs we will just put our utility functions, and in sites we might want to extend that, or might want to get useful information from the sites, right? So in site we're gonna say stack overflow.js. Then now in index, let's go console test. Before we do that, now we want to const require. Okay, so go require, what is the package name, right? And then again you just simply parse the HTML inside the load method, right? So but in our case we will first in this case Stack Overflow also provide like RSS feed and copy link location. First of all, what are we gonna do? We're gonna simply make a request to that feed section, Node.js request. In Node.js there are a few ways to do that. One, there is like built-in methods to like do a get request, or you can use a package something like requests, right? So I also want to see whether this RSS is XML, JSON, So it's XML, right? Okay, now we are done. We don't want to load anything else. So reading RSS in Node.js, XML, Node.js. Node.js. For parsing XML, libxml, XML stream, implement a subset of jQuery for example, and okay. Wrap parse 5 parser and can optionally use for HTML parsing. Can parse nearly any HTML and XML document. Okay, so XML. Now the thing is with XML, it's directly, it should in XML you should be able to convert the entire thing to just raw JavaScript objects. It's not like HTML, it's not nested, it's more like a data structure, right? Although HTML is also a data structure in the sense, if you know what I mean, right? Okay, XML parser, parse. Okay, before we do anything, let's make a GET request node. Okay, HTTP as options. I guess we will use just request packages, right? npm install, also save request. And we're gonna use this, right? Request, probably we're gonna get, okay, so request takes request create file, get pipe. Okay, so it's more than that. I see. So request can be used as a function, right? Or get on create HTTP server. Okay, so this is what I noticed with most of the JavaScript libraries, the way things are, like giving more option is not an ideal way. As you can see in Python, most of the time there should be a one way, right? There is no need to like make this function like also for get and method chaining, but I guess these are the like things. Const URL, so if we get error, right? So does it error? Okay, I guess if there is everything is working fine, then there will be no error. So, and if there is error, we simply wanna log.fatal. It's not go, so we can't do that, right? Maybe we're probably gonna call process.exit as of now, log, then process.exit, and process exit status code. We wanna pass one, I guess it was 0 is for silent, right? So response and body, let's see, can we simply write the body into some file? I'm not sure. Console.log, right? And let's try to run that. Hope there is no error. And index. Yep, so it's kind of working and requesting the resource. And the file gonna be kind of large. Yep. Okay. So I think the better way would be to like, we might wanna hold everything in memory, but then again, XML parser, npm install XML stream, preventing. So the entire thing is written in C++ already. Parse XML get child. Okay. Can't we just get objects in JavaScript with the XML this load, okay, root.html http parse to documentation option, and XML node.js to object. What are the best JSON engine object convert node.js? JS to XML. I think we might wanna look the other way around. I think in their option list they suggested yep, that's the library. Okay, online playground. Best XML parser. You can try XML to JS, and it's TypeScript, right? Coffee, bummer. Don't want to compile a C parser with and how old it is. Okay, so most of the sites in RSS, they can also copy link location. You pass like JSON, RSS, Stack Overflow, JSON job feed. Get RSS handler. We might not have access to that, right? Oxygen XML editor. serial ingestion to parser ingestion. It's just I'm not a fan of CoffeeScript. Plus this package has like 3k stars, which is not that much in case of Node.js, right? But still good. Let's npm install. And the one thing that is like really cool about Node is you can just npm anything, and you don't have to worry about it most of the time, right? Maybe there will always be an alternative since it's used so much. Also, I think the speed gonna be super slow. Okay, parser, right? Let and probably be const parser parse string data, right? Also we might wanna just write the body fs, write file, and what it's gonna take, right? It's gonna take path, and let's just, there is path, right? File sync, so it takes buffer and mode. Not sure if I'm gonna pass the mode, right? So we're gonna use same directory for now, and we gonna call it feed.xml and the data gonna be the body mode. I think we don't need to worry about the mode, and that's about it, right? So let's comment this section out and run this. Okay, unexpected token. Trends cat feed dot. Okay, so we are getting some data, right? And that's also done. Now what are we gonna do? We're gonna comment this section out and let's play around with that. Okay, now what we wanna do, we will use this, right? Const file name. I do miss closure, right? I think closure does like a lot of things, right? But it's gonna take too much time to get used to closure. Plus there are not that many options when it comes to library choice. I would argue that people would argue that there are so many options, but there are so many options because there is just not one better way. And let's call the file name, maybe we're gonna append this right there, and file name, just use that. Copy file name, error body response, and we already gonna comment it out, and parsed, like comment this section. Read sync, const data log the data, right? And comment this section. npm index key node index. No such a file, feed.xml. Okay, so this is stupid, right? Let's I'm doing this only for path separator. I'm only doing this for stream purposes. Path node.js path separator. Path aspect. Okay. Use that is stupid. Okay, maybe not that much, right? So since I'm only going to run this on Windows, I don't think this step was necessary, but still, just for making the stream better. Node index. Now if you're not familiar with this, it's just a buffer. Buffer basically means a chunk of bytes, and if you wanna like get to the string, I'm thinking this is not the way to go. I think in Go, so we got data console.lag data. Now what we're gonna do, since we got the data, right, and now we have parser and parser parse string. Probably it's buffer, right? They will type check it, I guess. And now we get the data parse string promise reset. But what I was thinking, can we get rather than calling it in callback, can we get something like a blocked version of that? Okay, so index to string doc type string promise for string. Okay, snap, and we get the result, right? If there is error, if error, log the error, and process.exit. Or maybe we just, since we're already logging our node index, RSS channel. Okay, result, from result we're gonna get RSS, and then we get dollar. Okay, so probably channels, right? Now it's a list of objects, and the items are like 10,000. Okay, I see. And we will be dealing with items, right? So since we get that, post let's call items. Four of items, item as item, jobs, job item as item, log item, and it's in array, so we might wanna access the first index, right? Before we do that, log and images, so we probably gonna get items, no, we should work just fine. I see. Jobs, clear this, clear that, right? Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over each jobs as job. Let's log job. So it's working, and boy, I miss REPL. I think it's like something like that, where you wanna scrap or maybe have to deal with a lot of data. You probably wanna use something like closure any time of the day. Category, so let's get all the categories. Okay, object okay, JavaScript object keys. Okay, object keys. Okay, those are the keys. We don't really care about description, location, description, title, category probably. So categories, category, we will have categories, right? Okay, so we have list of categories. Now what we're gonna do, we're going to create a simple indexed array, hash map, and that's gonna be like let hash or categories, and gonna be something like, yep, that's gonna be the hash object. Inside the object we're going to store. So now what we're gonna do, we're going to check if cat exists, right? If it exists, we're going to update the value, else we going to push the category into a list of cats, right? And as we're going to push category into a list of categories and set its value, set its value to 1, right? Then again we have to like sort and stuff like that, and there will be chances where we might for, let's say, there will be categories, but I think the category section will be sorted out right properly. That way we will have like popular categories that are like super trending and get posted more often, right? So one other thing we can do is like sort the everything by its date, and sort everything it's by date, sort all the like posts by date and get like top 50 posts and see their category. But I think for now this will be like super fun experiment, right? Okay, so before we do anything else, we need to find out how we gonna check if the item exists, and that we simply can do with show categories by iterating over it, right? So it's gonna be offense and job map, not map, for each for of job category. We're gonna say cat, right? And category push if categories okay, before we do that, let's play around with the repo. We're gonna say var x is equal to a map x get 1, and it's undefined, not null. Nice. And or we're gonna say, let's say x1 is equal to 1, and let's see the value of x, and 1 is equal to 1. Okay, categories, and cat node is equal to void, or which is used for like undefined. What we're gonna do then, else we don't gonna push it. The reason is category push, instead of push we're just gonna update its value by 1. And as you can see, we are accessing that index a lot. We can just like say const c and define it in here, but then again this is only sometimes the compiler take care of it, right? Maybe we can say value like in language like Rust. I'm pretty sure like anything that is compiled, the compiler will optimize those instructions and replace it with something like that. But nevertheless, if value is undefined, then we going to update category with the value of its category and 1, or sometimes you simply use that, but I'm not sure. We're gonna do that, right? So that is done. Now in other case we're simply going to do that, right? And that's about it. And I think for now we're just gonna replace this thing in here. We don't really care about it, and we can test x1 plus plus, or plus is equal to 1. So I see. Boy, I think I would rather use plus instead of plus plus. Now I do find it kind of hard to read, but then again, so now it's gonna do, we going over each job and its category, and we're gonna see if the categories the category exists. If category exists, we simply going to update its index, else we're gonna push the category with the value, right? And in the end we're going to log this value. But the thing is, once we run that, the value will be printed first, because we have to pass in callback, like categories. This is the way things are in Node.js. Now we get error is not iterable. Okay, so it's not iterable, and log most of them were iterable, but I guess it's just undefined. If category is undefined, we're going to, if not this, then we're gonna continue. Okay, and why those are in, okay, probably we have to string replace the single quotes in Node.js. Sort by value. Object key sort. Okay, vehicles maximum speed. Interesting. Move them to an array, sort that array, and then use that array for the. See, here's a solution. Node sort object. I guess this is the same sorting. Key sort. Don't forget key sorted, right? This seems to be a sorting by a key, not by value, which is not a question called for. Okay, so move them into array. I don't think I want to move them to array. I guess we have to erase. Sort object array push. Stupid. The same is sorting my key. Yes, bro. Can we do it better? I think we're gonna use this first example. Okay, so we're gonna call a function. Cost sort, then we're gonna say this sort is equal to this, and we're gonna say function. I think function is just fine. It's much clearer than the shorthand version. And move this thing and get object data. Most index. Index sortable return data max value sorted. Sortable is fine. Index vehicle is just index, right? Push sortable. Sort. So by okay, so to B and A. I see. So Python is still at the top. Then it's Java, JavaScript, React. Node.js, C++, Docker, PHP, Go. Go is showing some popularity, but Python's like wins like top. So I think investing more time in Python would be good for anyone. JavaScript is also there, like top 3. React, it's going crazy. So you can see like also serverless, some popularity in server. Node, just I think like this JavaScript React Node thing is just dominate. And Python, for Python, yeah, I think so, kind of cool. Let's go back. Amazon C++ still, right? Docker, some Docker thing. Docker is just a like deployment virtual system, like virtual machine system, right? Something like that. SQL still, PHP is kind of like still on Stack Overflow, like still less, and people would much rather use Go. Go is like new thing. It's no longer a new thing, to be honest. Kotlin, Ruby and Rails, Ruby, Scala, Android, Swift, Postgres, TypeScript. I would simply add it inside the just JavaScript ecosystem, right? And Angular, machine learning, Angular, Jenkins, continuous integration, Elasticsearch testing, Get. So I think overall the top 3 languages dominate, and React dominates as of now. Those things dominate. Also, yeah, they also like dominate the market, right? I've got so many calls like, do we need a Python developer? Can you work for us? Nope. C, algorithms, graphical, Django, API, Redux, Scrum, and some jobs for R, Vue.js, just poor thing. NoSQL. I think for Vue.js, Laravel community really backs it up, right? HTML5, NoSQL backend, artificial intelligence, Hadoop, React, networking. So if you look at it, the thing is clear, like Python should be in your to-do list. It's not going anywhere, right? Python, JavaScript, Java. It's like hard. It's still surprising to see Java. It's used so much, right? But then again, the data, some of the job opening could be like really old. Let's go to the last one. So they only show like 1,000, and jobs are like, it's not 3 days ago, it's not that old. So overall, you have seen like what are the technologies that are popular. Python is number 1. I would argue it's not number 1 because it's JavaScript. Like I would include TypeScript, Vue.js inside the Java ecosystem, right? JavaScript ecosystem, and PHP for Stack Overflow users, probably not. Like 60, maximum 60 jobs on that. But Python dominates, JavaScript dominates, Java dominates. And this can we print Node.js console, print all the items. Utility inspect, JSON stringify. You guys are super crazy. I mean, just next level. Sort, object sorted, and Python, Node.js, C++, Scala, Swift, Rest. Rest is super, like it's no longer that popular anymore. Web services, mobile. What I haven't seen is React Native. Maybe it's not that popular, right? C++, Docker, Linux. Let's do this. Instead of doing that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna simply run for off and C, and we're gonna log. The first index is gonna be the language, right? And the next will be the value, or maybe demand as per se. Okay, now it's much clearer. PHP, Go, and Ruby, machine learning, Angular, Jenkins, HTML, algorithms, GraphQL, SAS, Unix, Perl, React, multi-threading, Redis, 5 tags for Rust. Like PHP is also 7. I see graphics, strategy, Closure. Interesting. It's as popular as Rust. SAS, WordPress. It's already like. Then again, most of the jobs in here are like corporate oriented, like big websites, right? And we probably not gonna find WordPress. Then again, most of the companies are like product based, right? And it's like it attracts like particular corporations. RX, JavaScript, Apex. Then again, it's I guess overall it's just that focus on Python and JavaScript. Java still like rocks. I mean, after everything, like still Java is at the top. Even though people hate it, like, but still it's kind of like top. Yeah, I guess that's about it. This is like exact information I wanted. Like, I want to see like where everything stand. PHP, no, like there's no match in 250. Same goes for JavaScript, right? Lot of React, right? And I yet to see a React native stuff. React Native, I can say clip, right? I have this shortcut where I just copy the entire thing, and React Native. So React Native also like have 20, and if you go look at Flutter, yeah, it's clear, like don't waste your time in Flutter as of now. Maybe learn it inside, yeah, but React Native is just the way to go. 20 postings for React Native. See, people still use C. Designer shop, CSS, remote. So only 200 jobs out of these offer remote. Scala team developer. So where does the Scala stand, right? Scala, it's popular, right? It's not that it's carrying attraction, like a lot of attraction. Kotlin, so these are like related to Java's ecosystem. C#, not that much. Maybe it has something to do with Microsoft, right? Cloud, Agile, sysadmin, Go gaining some popularity, but it's still not there. Like, people do use it, but it's anyone who is just starting out probably want to focus on these top 5, right? Top 5, I would say. I was not sure about like Amazon, serverless, but it's by seeing the like job options, there are a lot of people that are doing serverless now. Node.js, C++, Docker. SQL, yeah, SQL's not going anywhere. C Sharp, Ruby. It's I have a lot of options for Ruby on Rails compared to Ruby. Scala, Android, Set, Spring, Postgres, MySQL. So yeah, I guess if someone is just starting out or want to just focus on those top five, like Node.js, JavaScript, a lot of potential in like Python and Node.js for job market, right? Rust haven't been used that much. I guess the issue with Rust is its ecosystem. With Go, like it was super easy to pick up, and people simply just started using that, and in 1 month they feel super productive. But the Rust, it's different. You have to keep learning, right? Then again, the adaptation happens because of the ecosystem around the languages, library, documentation, and Go have really good libraries, I would say. Let's see Elixir, right? No way. So only 2 options for Elixir. Erlang, one job for Erlang. Why the heck Vue.js? Probably there will be Vue.js. I see. React. So if you add React, those 9 to this, so it basically just like super popular as of now. React Native 20, I see. Yep. So React and JavaScript dominate. If you're looking for enterprise, maybe try Java, and Python still there. It's not gonna go away. So with that said, let's close the stream for today. And end the stream.